Grab you a cup of coffee, and today we are sharing our review from using Beyond Personal Finance. Hey everyone, thank you for joining us for today. This is my review of doing Beyond Personal Finance for one semester for my oldest two kids. Now, I will kind of quickly review. Now, I did do an overview of the curriculum. That'll be down here below. But I wanted to share just my overview, my thoughts today on using the curriculum. So for starters, I have 4 kids in high school this semester. It's the only time I'll have all 4 of them in high school this semester. But right now, I have 2 rising seniors and 2 rising 10th graders. Well, one of them's doing 9th grade for one semester, but that's a whole nother video. That'll be down there. My 2 rising 12th graders are the ones who just finished Beyond Personal Finance. And I overall, just right out the gate, whatever you want to say in my brain, it's summer and I'm trying to get work done before the kids wake up. Right up, just to start with, I think they enjoyed it. I really do. There were a lot of things in Beyond Personal Finance that for me personally, like I already knew, but when I was in high school, I was required to go through the Dave Ramsey program, and I'm not bashing anybody who has, but that was not the route I wanted to go with my kids, because there were some things in the Dave Ramsey program that he teaches, he believes, and some people need that plan, but I didn't want my kids doing some of those aspects, because sometimes I feel like he gets too focused on the save that you don't live the everyday life. Beyond Personal Finance, one of the things I loved about it, and I'm just going to just be talking to you all conversation today of it. I don't really have a set plan of every single point. I'm just going to be sharing the thoughts as I'm thinking of them. So let's talk, friends. Beyond Personal Finance, one of the things I loved about it was, yes, it did teach you that, number one, budget. You need a budget. The basis of every week, it's a 20-week course. The basis of every week is you have to turn in a budget every single week. You have to have that budget. But one of the things I loved about it was every single budget, there was a line item for fun. Because realistically, we're not all going to go to work, sit at home, and do nothing and have nothing fun in our lives. And sometimes when people go through the Dave Ramsey course, they think that way. They understand that, oh, I'm never allowed to go to the movies. I'm never allowed to celebrate birthdays. I shouldn't celebrate Christmas. I know people who believe that after going through Dave Ramsey. So that's why, and I have one that probably would have thought that way if she went through Dave Ramsey. So that's why I was going to do Dave Ramsey, but then whenever my friend Margie, who has recently written a homeschool book that I can't wait whenever it finally goes public on the shelves, because I'm going to share it with you guys, suggested Beyond Personal Finance, and it was what we wanted. So like I said, they started with budget, and yes, on that line item was fun every week. So the other thing that it does that I love about Beyond Personal Finance is it shows you right off the start of college and career. Now, what most students will do, because this is also you can use it for public school, you can use it for private school, Christian school, homeschool. But what a lot of students will do, and she talks about this, and you get a warning for this. Oh, let me back up really quick. So what it does is, and the reason why we did it 2 semesters back to back with our 2 12th graders and our 9th and 10th grader, was you pay for a 1-year subscription for the teacher key, and it's $200, which is why we did them back to back with our kids. And that worked out wonderfully, and we were blessed to be able to do that. But the teachers get videos of an overview and say, here's a warning, don't let your kids do this, and here's what they're going to do if they try to cheat the system. And they get videos every week. Now, theirs are 30 minutes long. Ours are 5 minutes long, because moms, we need a break. We really do. Coffee, chocolate, send whatever you need. Send help. Anyways, I told y'all we're going to talk like friends today, because yeah, that was one of the things they did, was I had videos, they had videos, and there were warnings about it. Well, one of the things that she covers is most kids will put on their personal finance, even if they know, even if some of these kids go into class knowing I am not going to college, in their personal finance class to get ahead and to try to get good grades, they'll put they're going to college to become a doctor, because doctors and lawyers pay a lot. So they'll try to do that. Well, there's a system that keeps them from cheating and doing that unless they actually do want to do that. And it does show real world what happens when you go straight to college and straight to career. And straight to college, you're probably going to start with a student loan. Straight to career, you get to start with savings, a lot of savings in your budget, because you've been working for 4 years while they've been going to school. Now, eventually it does catch up, and the job pays and the raises, and you do raises every so many weeks. Those are all kind of built in, but this program, I felt, taught personal finance in such a real world way. And that's actually what it is. Beyond Personal Finance is 100% a real world simulator. Like week 1, it's college and career. There's a week where we talk about you have to buy your first car. There's a week where we talk about when you have children. And they do make everybody have at least one baby in the class, like virtually, or like, they talk about it. Like, it's not anything, don't think anything anyways. It's like you roll and you say, oh, hey, I had a boy, or oh, hey, I had a girl. And then every week after that initial time, you get a chance roll, because like she said, there's some kids that are like, I'm never having kids. And then she sees these kids 5 years later and they've already got baby number 1, or they might already have toddler number 1 and baby number 2 on the way. So like, people change their mind, and that's okay to change your mind. But like, there's always that chance afterwards of like rolling and having babies, and there's always a 1 in 20 chance of that baby being twins. And you can always like go in and readjust that if you want to. There's always that. There was another thing on there that's called the plot twist. And every year you have a plot twist to see if you had a financial emergency or a financial gain. And I love that they have those in there as well. And there's feedback in there. You can design some for yourself, or you can use some of the pre-made ones that other people have suggested. I'll go ahead and say one of the funny ones was one of mine had one of your children rage quits a game and accidentally throws the gaming remote at the TV. You now have to replace your TV for $700. And it's like, that's a real world thing. Like, yeah, we teach our kids to be responsible with video gaming and don't throw your devices, but like, things break, things happen. We've had our kids accidentally break expensive stuff before because they're kids. And like, that's the thing that you need to know for real world. And like, you need to know to also take care of your things. Another thing that I loved about the course was when it came time for them to pick their first apartment, they had to look at real world apartment websites with us and say, this is what's in your budget according to your spreadsheet that you gave us. This is not in your budget. You cannot afford this. And then you had to do the same thing with buying a first car. We used Carvana because that's who we used to purchase our van with. When they went to do the house, they had to find a real house in the real world to use, because the curriculum was written like 2-4 years ago. Some of those numbers are not applicable for where they are right now in the real world if they were to go out and do it. So that was kind of a fun thing. And then I'll also plug in here, one of my kids said that she was running classes based on a career that she thought we wanted her to do. And I was like, that's not going to work. I want you to do a career that you wanted to do. So she actually ran the numbers twice of like, this is what this career would cost if I actually went to a 4-year school for this. And I don't know if I really want to get that much debt to get this career and then not have a chance of getting that job. Whereas this trade school thing has less education requirements, and I can get into this job field and live here while I do it. And so we made her run it twice, and she technically did the 20 spreadsheets twice. And we didn't make her go all the way through 20 weeks and rewatch the videos, just replug the numbers into the different spreadsheets and see, is this actually feasible? And so that's one of the things that I love about it too, is like, now, even though they've completed the course and once our subscription's up, they won't have access to like the online stuff anymore. That was a goal, was once they were finished with the class, they could keep a copy of these spreadsheets to go back and look on. There were also some that we looked at that it was, again, a real world simulator. It was not, this is something we want you to have to do, but this is a reality that might happen. And it was, you have 2 parents. One of them is homeschooling or becoming a stay-at-home parent. You now have to have one person quit their job to stay home with the kids. Another one was divorce. They had to do 2 spreadsheets that week, one for if they didn't divorce and one for if they did, and show the financial issues that happen when a divorce happens. One of them was getting laid off, and it was a chance, like you had to roll. Did you lose your job? Did you not? And both of ours did not lose their job, but there's still that chance. So, and it's like, I think it's a 20% chance of losing job whenever you roll that. But they had to do 2 spreadsheets that week for if they did and if they didn't, and they got to keep the one that they rolled, and they both rolled that they got to keep their job. And we did require them when they did the course, just for posterity's sake. I think that's how you say that. I don't know. Just for like extra protection, we watched them do their roles, that we could say yes, they actually did do the role for that. And also, like, it was kind of funny with the baby game, like we would like jokingly be like, yes, 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 oh no more great, like it's just a mess with them, and it was all fun and games. But those were also chances that were built into it. So overall, I was pretty impressed with the program, and I was really happy with the way that this program went. And I'm glad that they did it in such a real world simulator way. And would I use the program? Yes, I am still going to, not just because I purchased it, but we are going to do it this fall. And my youngest 2 are going to be doing it this fall. My 13 and 15 year old will be doing it this fall as well. So, I mean, even if we had paid the money to, if I didn't like the program, they wouldn't be doing it. But I do love the way that she teaches this program and how it is a simulator, and it's talking about all of these things and showing you, because especially like with my younger 2, both of them are not 100% like set in for the jobs that they want. My youngest one is pretty sure she wants to be a Nat Geo photographer, but we still need to look at like, and I told her to wait until we did the course. But you have that conversation, and I love that that class brought up the conversation of, when you graduate, you're going to have to make that choice of college or career, and it's your decision, and you're going to have to pray about it and make the best choice for what you feel like the Lord's leading you to do. So we get to have that conversation with my youngest 2. And honestly, if you need more than a week to have that chat with your kids when you're homeschooling, you have the time to do that. Push one of the other ones off for another week. Take the time to do it and do it right. So that's kind of like what we did, was we slowed down on that week, waited for them to pray over. And then when she came back at the end of the course and goes, you know what, I really don't want to do that. I really don't like how you got so much in debt and you didn't really get your money back as quickly, and you were kind of struggling, and there may be other things that come up. So I don't know if that's really the course I want to go. So she chose something else. We made her run the numbers. So that was another benefit of having the class. But that's it for today's video. If you have any more questions about it, and I will go ahead and end here. This was not sponsored or anything. I just wanted to give my personal review about it because it was a course suggested to us. We tried it. Did we like it? Yes. Are we planning on using it again? Yes. I have 2 more kids that are going to be taking it. But if you have any more questions, leave those in the comments below. If we're traveling, I don't answer questions, but I will answer them when we get back. Thank you to all our members for supporting this content and let us continue making videos. And thank you to every single one of you for liking, watching, positive comments, and subscribing. And we will see you next time.